No dogs in sight. Okay then, back to work. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hey there, Alma. She seems down. Maybe there's something I can give her to cheer her up? Let's try to cheer Alma up. She might like classy drinks, but what she really likes... Oh, fuck. It's been too long since I played this game. I don't remember what she likes. She likes inappropriate stuff, right? Does she like the bad touch? I mean, we just saved, so saves coming will be easy if we fuck this up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll double it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. On the rocks, mixed. Hey. Huh? And this? It's on me. Drink so you at least change your expression. Why not just say you're worried about me? You got the message anyway, didn't you? So, how is it? Well, it has alcohol and I'm in a bar, so good enough, I guess. I got you to speak. That's all I wanted. What, you're gonna jinx me or something? No, but you being down and silent is uncanny. You're making it sound like I'm some sort of windbag. You know what I mean. Yeah, I do. Thanks. So why are you deflating? Deflating? When I got sad and started sighing repeatedly, my grandpa would warn me that I would start deflating like an old tire if I kept it up. So, what is it? Was it the news about the people dressing in bunny suits after the whole Alice Rabbit boom? Nah, that's old news. I mean, it is a problem, but such a thing would only annoy me. Say, Jill, how's your mood right now? I wanna ruin it by blowing off all my stored steam. Silly Alma, I've been feeling like utter shit the last couple of days. You can't make me feel worse. So go ahead, unwind all your worries on me. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so remember my sister Diana? The one that separated from her husband and forgot her kids while fucking her way around or something? Perfect summary. I'll use it next time. I didn't tell you the whole story then? More specifically that she threw her husband out after months of abuse? Oh. However, that woman is incapable of getting a job and maintaining herself. And I mean that. She never even thinks about selling some stuff or trying to earn her bread. She just expects a guy to do it all for her. I have no idea why she turned out like that. Both my mom and dad were hard workers. They even started a small shop to have something to do after retirement. Huh. So, what does this fully capable woman do a couple of weeks later? Why, bring her abusive husband back, of course. Yikes. What? Yeah, and the guy spent a couple of days with her before leaving her again. Had a nice couple of hot, steamy nights, and then left. Well... Huh, you reacted like my little brother and sister after hearing that. But the story doesn't end there. Oh no. So she's broke, and can't even get enough for a bus. Even though she'd probably be glad to sell her ass just to get money. And it was up to me to pick her up. For the last couple of days, she left her kids with my parents. And being such sweet angels, they've made a mess out of the whole place. Bernardo and Eva are actually staying with me a couple of days to give them some peace. It doesn't help that I never got along with Diana. So we're in the car, and she asks how her kids are. And of course, after all the built-up tension, I just exploded. First, I started ranting about how her kids growing up seeing some messed up stuff. Start scolding her about not taking responsibility and not taking proper care of her children. I tell her that she's in no place to have all those escapades. And after all that, she just says, "What the hell do you know? You don't have any kids." Kind of with that in there. Yikes! Yeah, you slutty skank. I don't have kids, but I'm not broke just because I refuse to take a job. I don't have kids, but I'm not leaving them in the first barely familiar house I find. I don't have kids, but I'm not letting the guy that hit me on a regular basis back into my bed. Yikes, Alma, what the fuck? I'm going to have criticisms when we're done with this conversation, if that's not clear. I don't have kids, but I pretty much raised Eva and Bernardo, and they've turned out pretty damn well. I don't have any kids, but I'm not a cheap whore. Ah! Damn. I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say. I love my family and I put them above all else. But Diana is seriously pushing the boundaries of what I can allow. Any way I could help? You just dead. Huh? I know who I'm dealing with. I'm not one to let stuff like that get to me. I'm still angry as hell though, and I couldn't just discuss this with any of my family members. I can't tell my mom, your daughter is a slut. I just needed to get all of this off my chest, you know? Well, from what I see, there's still a lot more to get off your chest. It's swollen as fuck. All you see here is filled with love and dreams. Is everyone in your family as busty as you? The worst offender is my dad, actually. Kidding, kidding. I guess the only one that didn't get the big boobs, Jean, was my niece. This is an appropriate thing for me to be saying. She insists on getting surgery or genetic treatment, but I tell her she's fine the way she is. These can actually be more of a hassle than a blessing. And poor Bernardo, his breasts actually started growing when he was 8. I just hope I don't take too much from my mother's side of the family. My father's sisters still look quite young, but when menopause hit, my mom lost her looks rather quickly. Any good genes you got from your family, Jill? Good enough skin and hair, I guess. Okay, I think we're distant enough from the conversation that I want to pause here and rewind a bit. Because soapbox, get up on there. So that conversation, that part of the conversation with Alma, was pretty fucked. Like, I get that the character is frustrated, right? Obviously, the character is frustrated that they are suddenly under a lot of pressure and strain and have responsibilities that they didn't opt into, and that sucks and is frustrating, and that's valid. Abuse isn't a thing that you just sort of like get over immediately. And it's not just a situation where you like feel bad or are in physical pain. It changes the way that you perceive things, including yourself, and frequently makes you dependent emotionally or otherwise on the abuser. And so getting pissy and angry at someone who has just gotten out of an abusive situation for falling back into it or for not being able to get their life together is really shitty. And I bring this up not just to argue against the fictional character in the game. I mean, maybe somebody watching this doesn't have that perspective, so great, now you do. But specifically, I'm bringing this up because on a game design level, Alma has been presented as a very sympathetic character so far in the game. There's been, like, pretty much every interaction with her, she's been, like, silly and like, teased Jill, but overall the impression has been that she and Jill are good friends. And so having her say all that without Jill pushing back at it, like, obviously Jill's at her job, she can't really push back against that, but having the game present that information or present that viewpoint without presenting a counter, in essence endorses that viewpoint, I mean, if you look back to earlier videos in this series, you'll see me talking about, like, with Dawson, with the guy that owns the augmented eye, and him being a chauvinistic horse blower. Like, he's an asshole, and he says some truly awful shit, but Jill pushes back, and other characters push back, and that keeps the game from endorsing that viewpoint. So this is, for me, this is a very disappointing moment in the game, to have the game just sort of like put that information or put that perspective forward without any counter to it. And I think when we talk about fiction responsibly, engaging with difficult topics, or with abusive or bigoted content, I think a lot of people hear, you know, you can't talk about that, right? They just hear that can't be a thing, that shouldn't, or that can't be a thing that exists within a story, and that's not the case. Responsibly interacting with difficult or bigoted content is not avoiding it at all costs. It's providing a context for it that informs the consumer of that content, right? Because when you leave it without commentary, you know, when you just put it in without commentary, one, you're gonna hurt people, but two, your lack of commentary means that people who already have those feelings, or people who kind of have those feelings, are going to feel more validated in those feelings. And I don't say that to mean that fiction is going to turn, like, bad fiction is going to turn you into a bad person, because that's not the case. But what I am saying is viewpoints are reinforced and solidified over time in many different ways, and fiction can be one of the ways in which it's reinforced. Even without having the other characters push back at it, they could have easily put in internal monologue stuff like they just did with the scene with Nacho and Rad Shiba. Absolutely. Which they have done with Jill in the past. And the fact that they put that in there without any pushback at all from Jill, even in the internal monologue, to me becomes an implicit endorsement of that perspective, that, you know, if you're in an abusive relationship, it's on you to be, like, on your shit. And also the slut shaming is weird. Especially given that there's been so much promiscuity in the game so far, that it really, because it only, like, it's coming up unchallenged only in this one context, it feels like it's tied into, like, there's a moral statement being made about promiscuity with relation to abuse, and that's pretty disappointing. Kind of curious to see if there's going to be more to that conversation after this one. Jill's going to give her a chance to chill before bringing more stuff up. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is fair. Like, I can only comment on what we've seen so far, and sure, it's possible that the game will address that in a way that doesn't suck later, but and if they do, my opinion will change, right? That's, with new evidence come new opinions, but at the moment, that scene was pretty fucked. Alright, continuing on. Good enough skin and hair, I guess? There's a thing about a shrimp allergy, but so far I haven't had any problems with that. Oh, I see. Hey, you know what worries me the most about the whole Diana situation? How your nephews are turning out? If she leaves them with my mom, they'll turn out better than her somehow. Actually, what worries me is, what if I end up like that too? This does not look to me like it's going to a better place. How so? If I find a good man and I settle down, what if he turns out shitty? Oh. What if I have a sudden burst where I want to live my life and end up like that? Hey, Mur. Just a warning. You're coming in at a point in the game where there's a lot of discussion of relationship abuse, so have that content warning real quick. What if I have kids and I end up neglecting them because of all that? If you ask me, the fact that you're even worried about it is an indication enough that you'll be fine. No! Game, no. You think? I'm pretty sure. You said before that she pretty much married the guy after a couple of months, right? Yeah? No offense, but those are the kind of people who wouldn't even think about all that. Besides, if any guy ends up marrying you, it's because he passed your irrational standards. Hey! Am I lying? No, but there are things best kept as unspoken truths. I wonder if I'll ever find a good guy. You will. You'll know when the time comes. I sure hope so. For now, the time has come to get another drink. What can I get you? Maybe something with ice, but alcoholic, please. Alright. Something cold with alcohol. Chilled? What about Blue Fairy? That's aged. Moonblast? On the rocks. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 Powder Delta, 1 Flanergide, 2 Karma Train. Double that shit. On the rocks and blended. Yeah, and Jill sort of confirmed my pretty cringe, but also pretty common in your experience, so I guess they might just not be aware of the cringe. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're cognizant of the fact that that opinion is some bullshit, but my impression is that the writers have that opinion, right? There's a lot of personal responsibility for abuse happening in that conversation, and Jill just confirmed it with the, like, I don't think that would happen to you because you're not a floozy, is pretty... that's just not how it works. And even if you think you know a person, this is not to get all paranoid and make everybody be like, I should never spend time with another human being ever. But, like, abuse comes from many potential places, and sometimes you don't see it in a person until you're already in a close, intimate space with them. Which is sort of, in my experience, having been in that situation, is kind of the worst part. Is like, you can't just be like, oh, this is a terrible person, so I will not interact with them. Sometimes people who are nice have baggage that they don't handle well, and that turns into toxic shit. Talk about that specific argument with pretty much all of your friends outside of No Chill. Most because they're blaming themselves for shit. Yeah, I mean, the self-blame is insidious. But also, yeah, I have been very fortunate in the people that I've had in my life, socially, that pretty much all of them get that already. But I also grew up in some really socially conscious and active spaces, so here you go. Thanks. I need to cool down a bit. That's why I'm here. So you said you felt shitty the last couple of days? Why? Don't think too much about it. Oh, come on. You heard my problems. I want to help you too. My mic is cutting out. Weird. It shouldn't be. Let me turn up the gain a little bit. Boop, ba-da-ba-ba. Is this up? Is that up? Is this down? This is down. I don't fucking know. Oh, that's the headphone volume. This is the gain knob. Which way is up? What about now? Is this louder? Yada yada. Da 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 da. Hello? Are we good now? Is this better? That's better. Okay, sweet. Still learning this mic. Don't worry too much. Right, I almost forgot to tell you something. What is that? My boss is throwing a mega Christmas party this Sunday. You want to come? Sure. Something tells me this mega Christmas is going to be a mess at my parents' home, so I'd rather avoid it. Are you guys getting chicken? I can get one. Or sorry, are you guys getting chicken? I can get one. To be honest, I wouldn't know. You can bring it if you want. It won't go to waste. Gotcha. Say, Jill, what's your favorite part of the chicken? Favorite part? I guess I like legs the most. Really? I like breast better. Breast is a bit too simple, don't you think? Legs have a better texture. I'm with Alma. Maybe, but simple is usually better. Breast is easier to enjoy than legs, and a lot less messy. You silly girls. Boss? You're there talking about breasts and legs when everyone knows the best parts are the wings! Boss, what's that? Spicy chicken wings. Where did you get spicy chicken wings? From a spicy chicken. You know, spicy chicken, the shop 2 blocks from here. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Why are you carrying a bucket of spicy chicken wings? Why aren't you carrying a bucket of spicy chicken wings? Well, because... Thought as much. Yo, Armitage. Alma? I know what I said. Will the chicken you're talking about be cooked already? You might need to heat it up, but it'll be cooked otherwise. Great! I expect you here Sunday at 8 p.m. Thanks. Anyway, I'll be back to my office. She left the bucket. Want some? Don't mind if I do. Oh, mild spice. Nice. Weird. Maybe she got a mixed-up order and that's why she left them here. She usually orders stronger stuff. I've found buckets that make my throat itch just from being near them. Oh. Say, Jill, what kind of guys do you like? That's a sudden question. I'm not too picky with guys, to be honest. I want them to be decent enough. Not jealous, not aggressive, responsible enough to keep a job. That's no good. Do you like them buff? What about tall? Is there any background reason Dana tried to name Alma after a cyber attack UI? I didn't know that, and that's hilarious. Alma is a hacker. No tattoos or piercings, I guess? Never liked either. What about you? I like them well-dressed. If they go out in iron shirts and well-coordinated clothes, they're sure to catch my eye. Semester content behind Alma that might at least explain how she came to be as she is. Alright. Interesting. I will take a look at that after the stream. And perhaps that will change my opinion. Some muscle is always fine too, but sharply dressed males catch my attention faster. And yet, you're still single. That's how I like my men. My potential husband, on the other hand, is another matter entirely. I see. So can you get me a drink here? The spicy wings turned out to be spicy. What do I get you? Anything, as long as it helps me with the spiciness in my mouth. Okay. So not spicy. Sweet drinks are good for that. Sweet, light, fruity. Display family first mentalities coming from Central South America. In states he's sort of vented from some real life situations he's faced. Yeah, so I know that the that Sukaban Games is from Venezuela. So that tracks, but yeah, I mean, I don't think he handled it great still. Yeah, I guess that's sort of where I land on it. Is I understand where it's coming from and I understand the perspective that it's representing, but there's some toxic, hurtful stuff in that particular expression of a family first mentality. That is not to say that a family first perspective is bad or inherently toxic, because let's be real, the opposite is not inherently good either. He's definitely grown since writing this. Yeah, like, I guess I want to be clear about my criticism when it comes to games and the people that make them. I cannot make a value judgment about a person without knowing them. I am incapable of doing that. But I can make a value judgment about a game as it exists at the time that it is published and in the state that it is presented to me. And that is what I attempt to do. When I talk about social issues that are poorly handled in a game, or a bigoted viewpoint that comes up in a game, or anything like that, I do so not to like try and judge or condemn the person that made it. Like I don't want to be the arbiter of who is a good or bad person. But I think the criticism itself is important, and that is why I mean that's why this entire channel exists. And that is the way that I choose to play games, and play them here on this channel, is to critically engage with things so that we can understand what we're experiencing better, and also better understand how we make games. Yeah. Also, hi, you've been lurking. Hi, how are you doing? Very death of the author view of media in general. It's pretty much how I enjoy things like Minecraft. Yeah, not just a crazy guy. Sweet and happy. This looks good. Yeah. I think this would be helpful for spiciness. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 2. Let's double it. On the rocks and blended. Here. Phew. It helped. Thanks. Alright, so, next question. What kind of girl do you like? Jeb seems like a generally agreeable person, no reason to not like Minecraft. That's fair. Minecraft has nothing to do with anything problematic because it was invented by our Lord and Savior Hatsune Miku. God damn it. I wish I could argue with you, but I can't. You first. Sorry, I don't swing that way. Sure, I have no qualms about saying a girl is cute or cool, but... Nope, I prefer men in my bed. Now you. Shit, just calm down. I guess I like girls with light-colored hair. Light-colored hair? Yeah, you know, like redheads and such. What about white? Like your boss? You were just setting me up for that comment, weren't you? Sorry, it's just that when she got here with the bucket of wings, your eyes pretty much started sparkling. Your whole behavior transformed. You became giddy and cheerful all of a sudden. Hey, I can't blame you. She's pretty nice. I just felt like teasing you. So, light-colored hair. What about blondes? Do you like me? Yeah, I guess. Let's say I'm into girls too and I start hitting on you. Would you go along with it? Nice body, pretty face, and a good apartment? I would never let you go. Okay then, enough tangents. Why don't you tell me why you're feeling shitty these last days? What? Oh. That. I told you not to think too much about it. And I told you I want to know. Come on, Jill, you've heard my problems so many times. Now I want to help you. This is not a professional environment, but whatever. Come on, come here. Huh? I told you to sit here, come on. What? Yes! I love this! Okay, I kind of knew this was coming. Because for the thumbnails for YouTube, I've been actually using the sprite sheets from the game to rip character art for the thumbnails. And I saw that Jill had a sprite sheet, and I was like, when do we see her? Is it in the DLC? When is this? So, this is exciting. What are you... Alright then, now I'm the bartender, and you're the client. Hardly. The bartending station only works with me. I see. Okay then, I move this here, click... Oh, fuck! And... now it works for you, for me, and that dog in the Hawaiian shirt. Why with him too? Hacked! He's a dog in a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Right, and how did you even manage to... Oh yeah, hacker. Right. Now we've changed roles. You've been feeling shitty. Mind telling me why? It's a long story. I don't even know where to start. Start from the beginning. Okay then. It's something that goes back to my college years. Whoa, that's taking it way back. Back in compulsory education, I never made too much of an effort, but I managed to get high grades. Even in PE, I managed to do well. Well enough to always get perfect grades. And then, of course, when I got to college, shit started getting hard. I had this perfectionist streak that wouldn't let me fail anything. Burning my eyelashes studying, I eventually managed to keep up good grades. After about half of the career, I met a student teacher. Her name was Lenore. She helped me a lot with my studies. She even got me into stuff that gave me more credits. I really liked her, and after some time, I found out she liked me too. Oh ho ho. We started going out, I met all of her family, even, and... You want a drink? What? A drink. Around this time, there's usually a pause that makes you offer a drink to the client. There was no such pause. Please, I want to test this whole bartending interface. A sugar rush, then. You can't mess that up. Right. Jill asked for a sugar rush. Now, how did this thing work again? 1, 2, 1. So much Karma Train! Let's get Jill wasted! Mixed. Here. Thanks. How is it? Like I said, you can't mess up a sugar rush. Huh. I have this gut feeling that with your body, you'd make a better bartender than me. You're selling yourself too short. You're cute, you know. That's the wrong voice. People don't go to bars for cuteness, though. You've obviously never been to a cat bar, then. A cat bar? Besides, my boobs can be a hassle when trying to move around this kind of stuff. So, keep telling the story.
Well,
as the career went on and on, it got harder and harder. The last year and a half of it became nothing but study session after study session, investigations, my thesis. When the graduation ceremony came, I had to make a speech, and suddenly, while reading said speech, I almost had a panic attack. Fear of public speaking? I realized I lost about a year and a half of my life. I tried to remember if I did anything fun at all, but all I could remember was studying and investigating new topics. I didn't even enjoy doing all that. So I was just standing there, and the satisfaction of graduating was minimal. I realized I'd only gone through the motions, day after day, from high school to graduating. I felt like whole years of my life had slipped through my fingers. I never stopped to think if I enjoyed what I was doing. In fact, I never stopped. But at that point, I stopped and realized I needed a breather or something. Did I even like that career? It was all terrifying as hell. I needed all of my strength to not start running like a panicked mess. So, a couple of months later, I get an offer to start working at this big research facility. Lenore was ecstatic. She was so proud of me back then. I was just scared. That would be my job. I'd spend my life expanding on what I did during that year and a half. What if I had a sudden realization like the one I had at graduation, but when I turned 40? I didn't know what to do, but I sure as hell wasn't taking that offer. I told Lenore and she freaked out. She confessed that she was jealous because she never got such a chance. Things devolved pretty quickly. She said one too many things. I said one too many things. In the end, I just stormed out of her house, and I broke a vase in the process. After that, I never spoke to her again. Damn. I'm sorry. I suddenly feel bad for pushing you to tell me all that. Why are you feeling shitty about that after all this time, though? Unless you've been feeling shitty for years. I have, but it's not just because of that. The other day, Lenore's little sister, Gabrielle, came to this bar. Apparently, Lenore died last week. Localized nanomachine rejection. A heart attack. Apparently she had it for a long time but never told anyone. And coincidentally, it got worse after I left. And I just can't stop thinking about it, wondering if me being there would have made a difference. And if it's true she had that for a long time, why didn't she tell me she was sick when we were together? I don't know, I just feel like all kinds of failure. Oh, Jill. Jill. To make it worse, I also lashed out at Gabby. Yes, she was blaming me for her sister's death and all, but she's just a kid, for fuck's sake. She lost her sister, who pretty much raised her on her own. And to top it all off, I suddenly can't remember what stopped me from apologizing. Pride? Fear? A stupid effort to leave the most awesome person I loved as a thing of the past? Who cares? I lost my chance to apologize to her forever. Truly forever. I'm such a piece of shit. A selfish piece of shit. I honestly don't know what to say. I didn't expect the story to be this. Yo, boob tender. Yes? Can you get me a big beer here? Coming right up. Big beer. Big beer, big beer. That makes... What makes a beer big in this thing? Oof. Yeah. First part of this game, full of just like random sci-fi weirdness, and at this point, oof. Big beer, huh? Yeah, Jess. Big old beer. What did I miss? I did not double the karma train. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then lots of karma train. Is that all? Yeah. Big beer for Jill. Thanks. I need to remember to take care of the cans in my apartment. Do you drink lots of beer? One of the perks of the BTC-issued livery implant is that I can drink lots of beer without getting too wasted. Oh. Hey, Jill. What kind of girl was Lenore? Well, she was calm and smart. Oh yeah, Jill is super adorable. Back in college, I was too thick-headed and got riled up easily. Stressed was my default state. So, just like you're behaving right now? Shut up, I was worse. Can't picture that. Don't, it's embarrassing. Anyway, she was always there, finding a way to cool me down. She was also able to hold conversations about pretty much any topic. One time, I saw her go from talking about video games to talking about sports. All of that variety while still being a hardcore scientist. She would always push me into social interactions. If she saw me by myself, she would drag me with her. Watching people is fine, but talking to them is better, she would say. Lenore would always present me to her many acquaintances as the girl I don't mind cuddling with for hours. Alright, cheers, Mert. Be well. Man, I'm gonna miss her. After a point, I didn't even think about getting back into a relationship with her, but she was such an awesome person. I just wanted to apologize. And now, you know, in a cruel twist of irony, she's the one that made me pick up bartending. Oh? Back when I was thinking what the hell to do with my life, I remembered a night we spent in a club. She started talking about how the drinks were synthesized, the chemistry involved, the reactions, and all that. Everything sounded so fascinating. I remember saying that her talk made me want to start mixing drinks. She said, if everything else fails, why not take up bartending? Huh. Interesting. Are you okay? For some value of okay, yeah. It's just... I wanted to thank you, Alma. Thank me? I guess I just needed someone to tell all of this to. You were the one. You volunteered yourself. You insisted on listening to me. You stood there listening to the whole thing from beginning to end. I know I might not be the most expressive person, and I am not one to spout love and fluffiness, but I really like you. Maybe I'm just a bartender and you're just a client, but I really appreciate your friendship, or at the very least your patronage. I really enjoy working for you. Jill, are you dying? Shut up! I'm trying to have a heart-to-heart here. Sorry, it's just... It's weird for you to get so... sappy. Well, I just realized that the saddest thing is how I'll never be able to make amends. And it hurts like fucking hell, you know? I never, and I mean never, want to feel that way ever again. I don't want someone to suddenly exit my life and have my last memory of them involve something nasty. I don't want the lingering grief of having burned a bridge on a whim. I want to avoid that at any cost, and if it means breaking character every once in a while, so be it. I'll let everyone know how I really feel about them. Hell yeah, Jill. And if I ever fight with them, I'll swallow my pride, muster all the courage I can, and be the one to apologize. I hate feeling like this. Hate it. That's a nice resolution. Maybe I'll be a copycat and do the same. Alright, enough sappiness. Get back here. I'm on duty, you know. Fine. It's almost closing time anyways. It was fun while it lasted, though. Hey. Yeah? I mean it, you know. Thanks for everything today. Silly Jill. You listen to my problems and I listen to yours. That's what friends are for, right? Oh, my heart. Right. I'll be leaving now. Oh, before I forget, did you ever talk about all this with your parents? They know the basics, but I haven't told them about Lenore's death yet. Why don't you do that sometime? I don't know. I don't want to bother them with my problems. Don't be silly. They're your parents. They live to share your problems. We should try having a talk like this with them sometime. They'll appreciate it. Anyway, I'm out. See you on Sunday. Take care. That Alma girl sure is nice. Oh, boss, did you hear all that? Not all of it, but a good chunk at the very least. Your expression changed a lot already. It did? You look happier. That's always good. Anyway, let's call it a day. I expect an even brighter Jill tomorrow. Right. Oh yeah, boss, about those chicken wings? Fucking idiots with the spicy chicken. Sorry, Dana. We won't have enough spices for your order until tomorrow, they said. Is that how they treat their regulars? Call them manager. Boss? Cherish Titty Hacker. She's a good friend. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Your account was charged $8,000 as payment for your electricity bill. Have a nice day. Jill's power didn't get cut. This gives her peace of mind, and now she'll focus at work with no problem. Have a nice day. Bill paid. Didn't you have a boyfriend named Bill?